Welcome to NeoNexus. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the latest updates. The global auto industry is experiencing a seismic shift, triggered by a groundbreaking new trade deal between President Trump and Japan, one that's rewriting the rules of international car manufacturing. This agreement has upended decades of North American cooperation, making Japanese cars significantly cheaper to import into the US than those built by American companies in Canada or Mexico. The playing field has changed overnight. The big three, GM, Ford, and Stellantis, now face higher tariffs on vehicles assembled just across the border, even though these cars are made with mostly American parts. It's a twist that few saw coming. This paradox penalizes their integrated North American operations, putting billions of dollars in investments and thousands of jobs at risk. Factories that once thrived on cross-border cooperation now face an uncertain future. Meanwhile, Canada is emerging as an unexpected winner in this new landscape, attracting renewed interest from Japanese automakers who are seeking stability and new opportunities for growth. Billions in future production could shift north, transforming Canada into a central hub in the evolving auto world. New factories, jobs, and investments may soon follow. The industry's foundations are trembling, and the final outcome is far from certain. Executives and workers alike are bracing for what comes next. Stay tuned as we break down the numbers, analyze the winners and losers, and explore the far-reaching fallout of this seismic shift. Let's dig into the details of this disruptive deal. In July 2025, President Trump slashed tariffs on Japanese vehicles from 25% to 15%, touting it as a diplomatic win and securing a $550 billion Japanese investment fund for U.S. projects. This replaced a blanket 25% tariff imposed earlier that year on all foreign-made vehicles, including those built by American companies in Canada and Mexico. Now only Japan enjoys the lower rate, while others, including U.S. automakers with North American plants, face the full 25%. The White House claims this opens Japan's market to U.S. cars, but analysts doubt it will overcome deep-rooted cultural and regulatory barriers. The result? A Toyota built in Japan pays a 15% duty, while a Ford assembled in Ontario with U.S. parts faces 25%. This creates a powerful incentive to import from Japan, undermining the North American supply chain. The numbers don't lie, this is a game-changer. America's auto giants are furious, the mood in Detroit is tense, and the frustration is palpable among the top brass of Ford, GM, and Stellantis. These companies, once the pride of American industry, now find themselves on the defensive. GM, Ford, and Stellantis argue that the new tariffs unfairly punish their North American operations, even when their cars are packed with US-made parts and assembled by American workers. They say the rules ignore the complex, cross-border supply chains that have defined the industry for decades. Over 2 million vehicles are built every year in Canada and Mexico by these companies, using engines and transmissions shipped from the US. These cars are, in many ways, American products, just assembled across the border. Now those cars are suddenly hit with a 25% tariff at the border, making them more expensive than Japanese imports. The price hikes are immediate, and the impact is felt by both automakers and consumers. The financial pain is real. GM lost $1 billion in the second quarter of 2025 alone, a staggering blow that sent shockwaves through the industry. Stellantis, meanwhile, projects $2.7 billion in losses for the year, raising fears about layoffs and plant closures. Even Tesla, the industry's disruptor, has seen its profits dip for the first time in years as the ripple effects of the tariffs spread. The White House's proposed rebate scheme is seen as too complex and temporary to offer real relief. Many buyers are left confused, and automakers say it's not enough to offset the damage. The core issue remains. It's now cheaper to import a car from Japan than to build one within the North American system. Japanese automakers are gaining a competitive edge, and U.S. showrooms are feeling the shift. For Detroit, this feels like a betrayal of decades of investment, innovation, and hard work. The city that built America's car culture is now facing an uncertain future. The industry is demanding answers, and fast. Executives and union leaders are calling for immediate action to protect American jobs and manufacturing. The stakes for American jobs and manufacturing have never been higher. The next steps will determine the future of an industry and the livelihoods of millions of American families. Japanese automakers like Toyota, Honda, and Nissan initially celebrated the new trade deal, seeing it as a chance to strengthen their presence in North America and secure their market share for years to come. But as the details emerged, it's forced them to completely rethink their North American strategy, weighing the risks and rewards of where to build and sell their vehicles. With a 15% tariff slapped on Japanese imports and a hefty 25% tariff on vehicles produced in Canada and Mexico, the financial stakes have never been higher for these companies. The incentive to shift operations northward is now crystal clear, as automakers look for ways to minimize costs and maximize profits. Japanese companies already have a strong manufacturing footprint in Canada, Honda in Alliston and Toyota in Cambridge and Woodstock, giving them a head start in adapting to the new landscape. These state-of-the-art facilities, equipped with the latest technology and skilled workers, are now more valuable than ever before. By moving more production to Canada, automakers can keep their supply chains running smoothly and avoid costly disruptions. Japanese automakers can also sidestep sudden US policy swings that could threaten their business models overnight, and by focusing less on Mexican-made vehicles, they can avoid the higher tariffs and uncertainty that come with cross-border trade. Canada offers something rare in today's global economy: stability, predictability, and a welcoming environment for investment. For Japanese automakers, it's quickly becoming the logical choice for future growth and expansion in North America. The Trump administration's unpredictable trade moves have made long-term planning in the US risky, leaving companies searching for safer ground. For global automakers, Canada is now the safe bet for North American production, offering a stable base to weather future storms. Expect to see more assembly lines, more jobs, and more investment heading north as companies adapt to the new reality. The shift is already underway, with automakers ramping up Canadian production to meet demand and stay competitive. The North American auto map is being redrawn, and Canada is quickly emerging as the new hub for the industry's future. In this trade chess game, Canada has emerged as the surprise winner. The new tariffs make it more expensive to import a car from a US-owned Canadian factory than from Japan. Canada's skilled workforce and robust supply chain now offer a haven for automakers seeking stability. Japanese, and even American companies are eyeing Canada for future investments and production. This could mean more jobs, tech investment, and a stronger Canadian economy. Canada is no longer just a partner, it's a strategic solution. With the USMCA up for review in 2026, Canada holds new leverage in trade talks. The flow of investment north may soon become a flood. The US-Japan deal has sent shockwaves worldwide. European and South Korean automakers are scrambling to secure similar tariff reductions, fearing a loss of market share in the US. Hyundai and Kia, with billions in US exports, face a potential crisis if stuck with a 25% tariff, while Japanese rivals pay only 15%. The EU is urgently seeking its own deal to protect German giants like Volkswagen and BMW. Meanwhile, the UK secured a special 10% tariff on its first 100,000 cars exported to the US. This patchwork of deals is creating a chaotic, unpredictable global trade landscape. Every major auto-producing nation is now racing to negotiate its own arrangement. The old rules are gone. Every country is on high alert. The global auto order is being rewritten in real time. The biggest impact may be on the North American supply chain. For decades, the US, Canada, and Mexico operated as a seamless production bloc. The new tariffs shatter that model, forcing automakers to rethink their entire strategy. With the USMCA review looming in 2026, uncertainty is at an all-time high. Some production may move back to the US, but more likely, Japanese automakers will double down on Canada. American companies may even shift production for the Canadian market north to avoid tariffs. This realignment is costly and disruptive, with billions needed to retool factories. Smaller suppliers will be hit hard, and consumers will face higher prices. The just-in-time delivery system that defined the industry is now at risk. The North American auto machine is grinding into a new, less efficient gear. The future of North American autos is uncertain. Trump's deal with Japan, meant to boost US manufacturing, has instead shaken the industry's foundations. Japanese automakers in Canada are the clear winners, while US companies face higher costs and lost ground at home. Expect more diplomatic wrangling as other nations seek their own deals. Automakers are already shifting investments north, and the 2026 USMCA review will be a pivotal moment. This saga is a stark reminder. Global trade is a delicate web, and one policy can reshape entire industries. The North American auto sector is on a new, unpredictable path. Where it leads, revival or fragmentation, remains to be seen.